Welcome to the introduction to this course. So as a bit of a background, I have 20 years experience as a project manager, I have around 10 years experience as a project manager coach, and I have all the current project management certifications. So this course will enable you to create and manage a schedule using MS Project like the pros. You see, in my view, a schedule needs to have 4 key components. It needs to be up to date, and it needs to be accurate. So that's the 2 components that we all know aware of. But also it needs to be easy to maintain, quick to maintain. And finally, it needs to be easy to share, easy to understand. So the last 2 components are often omitted. They are often not taken into account when we produce a schedule. But they are critical, because if you have a very complex schedule with all the software trickeries, bells and whistles, it will make it very hard for you to maintain. It will take you a lot of time for you to maintain. But also for others, you know, as a project manager, you don't work in silo, you work with others. You need to work with your team, you work with the business, you work with peers. I mean, if you have to do a project handover because you go on holidays or because you leave the project, then in my view, it should almost be able to be shared by email. You don't want to spend 2 hours having to explain someone a schedule, because that would mean the schedule is just too complex. So this is where project manager professionals and other professionals, they only use the key features in MS Project. I've worked with a lot of project managers as a program manager or as a coach or even as a project manager myself. And in this course, I've only included the functions that we use. We don't use all the bells and whistles for the reasons I've given above. So there are 3 parts to this course. The introduction will give you a high-level view of MS Project, more like an introduction, if you like, for those of you who've never even seen it, and also an overview of all the key functionalities. So part 1 will provide you with a 6-step process to create a schedule. And so that's a schedule using best practices and a schedule that will allow you to meet the 4 criteria that we've seen before. So each step comes with a practice activity, with its answer as a video and a video format, and also has a cheat sheet, a 1-pager, if you like, to assist you and to really tell you what you need to do. So in part 2, we'll introduce you to some more advanced component of MS Project. Some of those are actually used quite often, and I will stress those, and some are used less often, but I just wanted to put them out there for your consideration. It works a little bit different in part 2. There's only 1 practice activity that is on a more complex project, and that will include most of the components that we have learned in part 2. And I have also a quick conclusion where I will stress that yes, there are some other functionalities in MS Project and why it's often not a good idea to use them. So this course is for beginners who want a practical approach to learning MS Project. But as it's focusing on what is really used, that will really enable you to manage a schedule like a pro. Well, thank you for taking the time to watch this short video. If you want to know more, feel free to have a look at some of the previews for this course.